Welcome back to League coverage in the 2023 League. I'm Puddnhead, and I'm here with Zot. Hello, Zot.
It wouldn't.
And we are going to watch this epic game between myself and Biblofilter because I don't think we have a Biblofilter game on the channel yet since
That's
he's
awesome.
returned.
Yay. Go
So I
Biblo.
am playing the Siren in the upper left, and he is playing the Elementalist in the lower right.
By the way, I'm rooting for Biblo.
Of course you are. Because the Great
Team
Dane
Biblo.
came to your house and Gen Con and stayed with you for a week and played Mage Wars.
Exactly. Ooh. Pandemonium on the right, getting only the 3 discount.
Yep. Yep. He's keeping his Pandemonium very safe because he wants to use it a lot.
And of course, you're doing the double spawn point and nigh opening with this shallow
Yep.
seas. Pretty interesting.
Yep. I've got my shell here and meditation amulet, Siren. He's got the Staff of Storms off of his Battle Forge. So he's daring me to come closer so he can zap me with something nasty. And
Sorry,
it proved to
Furno.
be a pretty useful deterrent, actually. I didn't want to get anywhere close to that Staff of Storms until I was ready.
Well, the little rock golem is interesting because it's dirt cheap.
Yeah,
and like I said,
know some
sorry,
people
Furno,
that
that
think
these
it's
aren't
not
free
worth
anymore.
the points.
It's actions.
Yeah, one spellbook point and a whole action.
It's an action, but it's essentially free. So,
well, it costs him one.
Yeah, but he's got the he gets the glyph off of it though.
Yeah, he does. He does get the glyph off of it, which is nice. So he's sitting in the
So you can
corner,
argue that it's
casting
negative.
rock golems, and I'm sitting in the corner spawning smaller creatures. And I see that he's casting psychic immune stuff and stuff that can't bleed. This is a book about bleeding things. You can see I've got a Shoal Steep Thrasher here. Got a few of those. So I cast the turtle first just in case he came after me and I needed to do some damage. But he's not coming after me really. And I put it on Elemental one so I might be able to do a little damage on the way in for these guys so that my creatures can finish them
amulet.
off.
And your life tree is helping all your guys and none of his except his mage.
That's correct. That is why I cast it early, because it looked like he was going to have nothing living, which, I mean, you can expect that for an Elementalist.
I think living things cost them trouble except for their Drake.
Yeah, we were having a couple of automation issues this game, so... right now I'm thinking, well, I can't Siren's Call anything into my zone. I don't really want to rush out until I'm protected, so I might cast Shallow Sea here, and I'm getting the automation to work by moving these seas around. So I'll just move up slowly and see what happens, is the idea. Because he's storing up a ton of mana. You can see there's 23 mana down here. And I'm basically using all of mine the entire game here.
So I would expect a Stormfront to go with the Staff of Storms.
Yes, that's what I was expecting also. I was expecting he was going to cast a Stormfront and then try and lob bolts at me because, you know, that's been popular recently. And he's fully powered up on the Staff of Storms. So, and he's got the Fire Glyph to give extra dice to whatever he throws. So at this point, I'm just like, why do you have so much mana? Are you planning to wand some Thunderbolts or something? In which case, I kept my mage way in the corner, so he would have to move up in order to Thunderbolt me.
And you brought out a Crocodile for a good attacker.
Yep, just in case those guys got to me.
Grapple him and chew him into oblivion.
Yeah, he's spreading out. Probably has been hit with a tsunami a couple of times. Doesn't want to have that happen again. Yep. And I'm going to move up and see what happens. The nice thing about the Siren is that you can claim a zone before you move in, basically, with that Shallow Sea.
Have you been using the meditation amulet? I haven't paid attention to the chat. So.
Yeah, I've used it a few times. I don't use it very often later on here because I need to do damage. So we're about to the point where things start to get
Does he get
interesting.
30 mana or 20 something?
He's got 33 mana right
That's what
now,
I thought it said. You have how much?
and I have 13.
Okay.
So I'm sporting 5 armor, a shell, meditation, or 5, yeah, a meditation amulet, and an elemental wand. And he's sporting a staff of storms and 3 armor right now.
Mm-hmm.
Got his lightning ring, so he gets +5 to a lightning attack at this point, and one of those is undoubtedly a Hawkeye at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay, I'll keep sharking.
And then a wand
Yep,
of his own.
yep. And now it's gonna start to get interesting. So I might need to move up and do some stuff. Hawkeye, he's gonna use Staff of Storms.
Oh, here, what do you think? Okay, so Elementalist versus Siren. Generally, the Siren benefits from the longer it goes on, I would think, with a creature build. The Elementalist in general, I think the longer it goes on, it benefits him too. So, who do you think in the end gets the advantage?
Just 7 damage to that shark, and because of Ethereal Life Tree, it doesn't die. And he pushes it away so none of his creatures can hit it. And I'm gonna put a spell on him for some reason. I don't know what that would be.
Did he
Rust.
get a push?
Yeah, he got a push, so that's why he pushed him
What?
out of
What
this
was it
zone.
he hit you with? Oh, was it Jetstream?
Yeah, it was a jet stream.
Okay,
He has a jet stream
gotcha.
wand.
Got it.
That was a powerful jet stream with that Staff of
Right,
Storms.
right.
And right now, I was gonna go in there and take care of these rock golems, but then I saw this iron golem come out a couple turns ago, and I'm just like, okay, I need to make sure that that's killable.
Right. So he
So,
doesn't steal its attack.
right, because if I move in, he can move in after me and punch something. And now he starts bringing out the big guys.
Yep.
So Wind Elemental
That's the
comes
thing
out.
that moves things around.
Yep, this is the air bus. And I believe at this point, my goal is to kill this iron golem, and his goal is to kill this crocodile.
Right.
So forget what I put on her. Oh yeah, healing magical. So she could heal this shark. Because I figured I was going to get some damage and get some tangle in
Right.
it next round. So I wanted to get that on and ticking away.
Mm-hmm. This is a pretty interesting board state. It's hard to see who has an advantage here. I
Yeah,
would think, and
chat.
I think Siren has an advantage here, but not by a lot.
No. So to your point earlier, I think the at this point, whoever is going to ultimately have creature advantage is going to win this game. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, with the life tree, I would think that advantage heads your way.
It does in the shallow sea. It's really helping me. He doesn't want to engage at all, pretty much.
Right.
And I need to find a way to engage him without losing a bunch of creatures.
Right.
So because
And
he
you can't
dropped this
call his
wind
guys,
elemental, yeah, I can't
but it
call
is
anything.
right. It's not psychic immune.
No, this is not psychic immune, so I can pull him in.
Enchanted and all kinds of silliness. Yep.
Yep. And I don't know if he's planning to just move his mage around and throw spells, or if he's trying to come in here and grab something and bring it out where he can gank it, which is what I
Mm-hmm.
would
With
be
the
doing.
iron golem. Right.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing. He can't move the Iron Golem with the Wind Elemental, but he can move things to the Iron Golem with the Wind Elemental.
Right.
So, and there's Stormfront Elemental, and I'm just like, oh
Yep.
boy, that's what all your mana was saved up for. Wind
Yep.
Elemental,
Too
then
big.
Storm Elemental.
Yep. How much mana has he got left?
3. So he
Yeah, well,
can't
he's
jet
probably
stream.
also well, but he can because unless he used his attunement amulet.
I think he just used it,
Okay,
but maybe I'm wrong. So I'm coming in here,
seems aggressive,
and I Siren's Call my own Swamp Snapper so that I can get extra dice on something.
right?
Right. My goal is to jump in here with the Swamp Snapper and
Do six
attack,
dice or
probably kill one of these guys,
five
and then
dice.
I think I've got a lesser teleport to bring him back.
That's crazy.
So I'm trying to wait as long as possible to use that guy, and I'm hoping that I'll get to go after the Iron Golem.
Yeah, so do five or six dice. Five. Yep.
Oh, he's doing glyphs. He forgot to do glyphs earlier. And this is a big old whiff.
Yep. Counter strikes you full.
And another big old whiff. And I pull him back in because I don't want to get whacked by this thing.
Right.
So he's going to guard with his Iron Golem. I'm going to rust his Iron Golem, I think. Oh no, this is a lullaby on Stormfront Elemental, I think.
Yeah, I hope they're stunned, huh? Because you
Yep.
can't steal the attack bar of a stunned creature, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it has nothing to do with incapacitated.
Right.
But I didn't want to take 2 shots, you know? Like if I could get 1 shot, that would be nice. Rather than 2. I was assuming he was just gonna I think that if he had sat back there and used resonance to shoot my guys and Jetstream, he could have knocked a guy out each turn easily.
Hmm.
So he's moving Stormfront Elemental into here because he's thinking that I'm going to call it and he's not going to get to use it. And that's going to be a rust on my crocodile because why not kill that? And now he's brought the fight to me, so I don't have to leave, right?
Yeah, he picked a bad zone to be in, though. Of course,
Well,
with
he's
as a
flying.
shallow sea, you could just as easily. I know, but
All right, I think we figure out that the stun it rolled twice on Lullaby for some reason, and the stun was rolled first, so we put the stun back on.
and now it's on the ground.
And now it's on the ground. Only until it acts, though.
Right.
And I have a plan for dealing with these flyers.
Ring of Fire.
Not right now. I got all my creatures in here.
I'm rooting for Team Biblo, man,
Why would I kill my own stuff, dude?
because you're a bad Siren. I don't know.
I would like to think that I'm a pretty good Siren, actually. But
I don't know.
you don't believe in good Sirens, huh?
Yeah, they're bottom feeders. Okay, let's see here. So
They kill you with bottom feeders.
he's going to do some attacks on maybe your crocodile and then move it over to the Iron Golem to continue the wrecking of the
Yes.
crocodile, maybe, is what I
That's what
would
I'm
think.
expecting. So I need to counter that somehow.
Yep.
And there's his elemental mail to keep his guys alive. So this has just got a lot harder.
Yep. I'm going to guess he's got a regrowth enchantment on.
And I choose not to deploy. Instead, I'm going to Siren's Call the Wind Elemental over here
Right.
so that he can't pull anything into the Iron Golem. So he's pulling the turtle out and he's going to attack the Thrasher. He does not get the push, but he does a couple of damage. Shallow Sea doing work,
Why didn't
reducing
he
the
bring
die by
over the
1.
one that was already damaged?
I don't know.
Oh,
And then
that's
I drop
mean.
a Dravicore
Yep.
right there.
Yeah.
And
That
I
the
start
twos.
rolling. I start rolling great damage if it wasn't incorporeal. I'm pretty sure it takes me. I should count how many dice it takes to kill this thing because
Go
it
Biblo.
was ridiculous.
Yep.
Oh, he accidentally deletes his water glyph, so we decide to use a ready marker for it for the rest of the game, just in
Right.
case you guys are wondering. All right, 6 dice, 1 damage.
And of course, the non-living does not bleed, like you mentioned earlier.
Right. So this whole book is about bleed. So this matchup is real bad for what I'm trying to do. All right, so he's going to do 1 damage, and I'm going to kill him back, which was nice for my crocodile. And to avoid getting hit again, I think I move my crocodile now. Oh no, I throw with the shark. So 9 dice, 3 damage. So we're about average now.
Right.
And Shallow Sea is like the best card in the book.
Yep.
It's so good. And he moves the Iron Golem forward to smash my crocodile.
Yep.
That was a good move on his part. So I'm going to take 4 damage from that. Now I'm going to get out of there.
And all the damage things are in here with your healing madrigal.
Yep. Which is, well, the healing magical, yep, is right here on my Siren. So.
Yep. So he's spreading the damage around. You move everything in there, and everything heals too. Yep.
That's right. All right, I forget what I'm at now, 12, 18 dice, and we've got 6 damage, so we're average still. I'm going to try and keep him from killing my life tree.
Right.
So I
That's
move
what
the
he's
turtle
going
in
after.
there.
Yep.
And then I'm going to lullaby this guy too. And he's going to set up to do damage to me later. Another rust.
Yep.
So we got 18 dice, done 6 damage, which is average. He's going to grab 2 of that damage to his mage. Healing Magical is going to get 2, 4, 6, 7 damage off of my guys, which is awesome. So that's 9 damage for Healing Magical so far. No, it's 11 damage for Healing Magical so far.
No.
So I get another stun, which is incredible. And I think I get a daze on Lullaby, and it's not rolling because the Fermata
Right.
is not automated for.
Yep.
So we get a daze on that one. Or I think. Yeah. So I get 2 stuns.
No.
He's got a daze.
Yeah. Man, that's rough because he put out a lot of damage and everything's close to.
Yep. It's yeah, I've survived an initial strike so far. So far, but not for long probably. I
Right.
gotta.
Because the elementalist in general is very good at significant burst damage. A lot like the female sorceress. They're just capable of sudden tons of damage.
Yeah, Dreamlink Warlock. Yep.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Yeah, especially with this fire. This fire glyph has been active the entire time, so he's just waiting for an opportunity to use it.
Yep.
Which is nice.
He's going to use it as a kill shot on something probably.
Yep. So I'm trying desperately to kill this wind elemental. I know that it's going to get revived by the pandemonium.
Well, and the inexorable march of the Iron Golem to come in and just keep pounding on things.
Yep. So I think I'm hoping that he does that trick again where he jumps in with the Iron Golem, and then I've got a rust on Naya so that I can it only has 1 armor, and I can just finish it off, and maybe he'll blow the Pandemonium on the Iron Golem, or if he doesn't, then it's out of my hair. That's
Yep.
my thinking right now. He's got 3 charges on that Storm Staff now, and that's dangerous. So he moves in with the Rock Golem to try and get some damage in. And I need to decide whether or not to guard or to attack with something. So I'm going to move in and guard with my turtle because it's got 4 armor, which is nice.
Right.
And instead of attacking the tree, he's going to move in because he can't really do any damage to the tree.
The tree regenerates, so
Yeah. So I'm attacking this. I get 1 damage. So that's 3 more dice, 6 more dice, and 1 damage. And he gets the stun, or he gets the daze off on the crocodile with Stormfront.
that's good.
Yep, that's good for him. It's bad for me. And I whiff on the daze. The daze works for him. What am I at? I was at 18 dice and 6 damage, and now I'm at 24 dice and 7 damage. And he gets 3
the crocodile
damage.
missed.
Yeah, the crocodile missed. But I've hit it with 2 sharks so far.
Yep, now your mage cards.
Yep, now the mage guards. Because he came in with a rock golem and attacked the turtle. I'm going to try and see if I can kill these rock golems now, because they're just going to break guards and keep my focus fire not working.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, all right, he's gonna shoot something. He's gonna shoot the crocodile. This is the plan.
He doesn't like that. Yep. And try to wall bash it.
Yep. That was his goal this entire game, I think, was to wall bash everything. So he gets a lot of damage and a wall bash. And that is just enough to kill it, I think.
Wow. Is the life tree? 15 health.
Oh no. Yeah, life tree gives it 15 health.
Yep.
So that is, so it's not dead yet. Not dead yet. So I'm gonna lightning strike with the croc.
Get a 3 attack.
Yep, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 more damage on that guy. And then another one. So we're getting close.
Your average is going up.
All right, Iron Golem jumps in like I expected. And gets 5 crit on my mage. So it didn't let me counter-strike for some reason. I got a whopping 8 damage, and it only had 3 armor left, so that was nice for me. Although I'm going to lose my crocodile next turn, pretty much.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, because he'll probably death stream it at the quick cast.
Yep. Quick cast. Yep. So I got to decide what to do with Naya, and I decide, all right, I'm gonna do this thing, and rust that Iron Golem, and then I'll be able to finish it off, hopefully. Because I have another lightning strike, and I can use the croc before he jet streams it to lightning strike the Iron Golem and try and kill it.
Right.
Because it's got lightning +2.
Depending on the upkeep, the airbus can leave and bring something with it. No, it's still on the ground.
That's true. That's true. Right, but it can still leave because, yeah, if it's not stunned, it can still leave. So we do some upkeep shenanigans. Elementalist flipping glyphs left and right, getting stuff done. It's going to take 2 damage off this wind elemental, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I decide to lose that lullaby. Actually.
That seems weird.
Well, I can only keep 2 things alive, and I've got this lullaby, and I've got this healing magical.
Right.
And so I didn't time that well. I should have tried to keep this alive too, but I couldn't. I can only do 3. I can only do 2, not 3.
Right. And you did take the damage. That.
So they both get a daze.
How does it get a daze when it doesn't have the enchantment on it?
That is the ruling where it gets its tick and then it goes away.
Oh, gotcha.
But the automation has not caught up to that ruling yet.
It's all good.
So what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures out, including my mage.
You
He's got
keep
1, 2,
building up
3,
mana on
4,
the shell.
5, 6.
Did you get extra mana on the shell from all these songs?
I believe so. It's been 3 turns since I've used the shell.
Okay. Hold on. 3 turns. How much mana you got? 6. It should have more than 6. It's 3
No,
turns.
no, it's if you have a song, it gets channeling +1.
Oh, got
You
it.
don't get one
Okay.
per song, which would
Got it.
be so great. But all right, no more sharks. And now he's back up to 5 armor, just like I am. And I'm gonna lightning strike and try and kill the iron golem.
With the lightning plus.
Yep. And not quite enough. I do get the stun though, which is good for me. And here comes the jet stream.
Yep.
All right, so I
And what
Siren's
did you
Call,
have on
Storm
your elemental
Elemental.
wand? What do you have on your
I
elemental
have
wand?
acid ball on my wand.
Right.
Because there was armor to get through.
Mm-hmm.
You just not get the bash. I'm going to guard with a shark to spread the damage out. And we do get 1 damage there. Guard with another shark. Moving stuff around because everything's piled in here. Move in and guard, and Naya's going to take the killing blow on that guy. And we finish off the Iron Golem, which is nice. Well, it only had 1 armor, so
Hey,
4
I
dice
know.
was probably going to do it.
He's going to sacrifice it and save it.
No, I just made sure he remembered what it did.
Right.
All right, so he's going to teleport in so that he doesn't have to use his action to move, and then he's going to shoot something.
Right. Sirens calls it. Yep. You managed to turn down all those little rock golems.
Yep,
Oh,
I
there's
did.
still one left.
And we get a stun and 6 damage, or 2 damage. So that guy's not long for this world.
Yep.
There's 1 more rock golem left.
Yep.
And I'll probably finish that one off. And unfortunately, I only got 1 damage on the wind elemental that turn, so I'm losing ground there.
Yep. But you're damaging the elementalist this way too.
A little bit. He's using the water glyph to keep himself alive.
Right.
And the card that I had could go on that, but it wasn't attaching. So I have the action advantage right now, but I'm going to need all of those actions to do the damage I need to do.
You bringing
So
out another turtle or a snake?
this is not my animals book. So the only animal I have in here is one swamp snapper
All right,
because he's a good healing magical target.
right.
And I bring out my own elemental because
Right.
it's going to get um, 5 dice in the shallow
Mhm.
sea. And I just need more dice. And he attacks my guard.
Yep.
Which
And
I
the
thought
healing
was a,
madrigal is now gone. So
yes, the magical is now gone. It's true. I'm going to guard with the turtle, and then he's going to realize that he can move something out with the wind elemental and attack it. So,
yeah, you should move it down or up and bash it.
yep.
Probably move it up.
So I'm going to meditate because I need mana to do what I want to do. Yep, and this is the thing to do. This is the right action
Yep.
because there's no C there, right? He
Right.
does 5 damage and gets the push.
No armor.
Yep, and that's 2 more damage. And I'm going to force push the wind elemental back in here and then come in and stab with Naya to try and get some damage on it.
And now you're in
And,
range of the
yep,
uh,
but he was
the
going to move down and attack it anyway.
right.
So he's not taking any chances.
Nope. Go away.
Yep, 4 mana on Naya's. Sad sight to lose, but it was okay.
And you lose the spell that you had there.
Yep, I had Dissolve on there just in case he got closer. Actually, I think I was going to move over and dissolve something, like the Staff of Storms or the Elemental Wand or something.
Right.
But and there's another rust because he doesn't have enough of those. I've lost track of all the dice I've thrown at this thing.
It's still
It's so slow. It's so slow. That's why this took forever.
go Team Biblo.
This is the point at which I decided I had to try and figure out, do I want to just run at him and try and do the damage? Or do I take this tack of trying to kill these elementals? Because he's not casting anything else. Right?
Yeah, but he's probably got a lot of mana, doesn't he? No, he doesn't.
No, he's got to pay 2 mana upkeep every turn, and
All right.
he's throwing a
4 mana.
Jetstream, so that's 6 mana
Right.
a turn. So he gets,
Right.
and he's using his, well, he didn't use his forge last turn, but yeah, it's he gets a ridiculous amount of armor on here. I think we accidentally, yep. So I got rid of that rust on the turtle because I don't need him
The only
killing more
turtle, you
stuff.
need to protect it.
Yep. Getting close again. So what have I lost here?
Lots of stuff.
Yeah. I expand this. I've only lost a crocodile and Naya, so I haven't lost any of my sharks yet.
Right.
And Biblo has lost 4 rock
Poor
golems and
golem.
an iron golem. So he's got 40 cards left. I've got
Yeah,
38 cards left.
he's about to kill a little bitty guy here.
Yeah, he's about to kill him for sure.
Yep.
Yep. And I think I decided that I'm just going to go try and kill this thing. And I get fewer dice down here, which is not cool, but Look at all those twos. Look at all those twos. And look at all the bleeds I'm rolling. I'm rolling so many bleeds on these
Yep.
9-up bleed guys. It does nothing. And he's going to try and bash another guy. Oh, there's his healing tree. And so now I'm like, this is where he's going to stay. All right, I finally killed it.
And does this Stormfront still there, right?
Yep, Stormfront is still here.
Yeah.
But I needed to pop the Pandemonium killing something. And so now at this point, I'm going to start working on the Storm Elemental because that's the one that's doing damage to me, really. But actually, probably killing Wind Elemental would have been better, but I wanted to use the Shell of Sea.
And trim down your actions.
Yep. And there's that Ethereal Life Tree saving that guy again, making him have to use another spell on it.
Yep.
So Wind Elemental is back. Pandemonium is gone. That's a good investment if I ever saw one.
Because it took you forever to kill it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's taking me so long. And I need to start. I have enough mana that I need to start cranking out more creatures this turn because I'm starting to lose my actions and my dice. But now all the damage I do is going to stick.
Right.
Sort of. He's still going to transfer to in Life Tree or Healing Tree, but
He can he transfer off each of his guys or just one?
One guy. 1 mana, 2 damage off of or onto one guy.
Right.
So I play Steam Elemental because it is ethereal attack. And he's trying to make sure that this guy can't do a bunch of damage, which is fair. All right, makes the days, does no damage, and would have gotten a bleed.
I ran a bunch of these little Thrasher Sharks in a Druid book.
Oh yeah, could do that.
Yep. It's a fun little book. I run those, Dire Wolves, and it's a Bleed Druid.
5 damage and a bash. 6 damage, which would have killed it, but Life Tree.
Yep. And I think one Fireball kills
He's
the Life
pulling
Tree,
him away.
doesn't it?
1 Fireball? Yeah, about.
Yep. That would have been a good investment for him because he's got a Fireball.
So he's going to make sure this is dead. I'm starting to lose a lot of sharks. But he's moved away, so this guy can't do any damage to me next turn. I get 3 damage on 5 dice. That was pretty good. I'm going to Siren's Call my turtle to get more dice. What a great roll that was, but it only did 1 damage. So I'm trying to use my Siren's Call to get extra dice on things that I just need a lot of dice to kill. And I got 2 creatures out this turn. And it was his initiative, which is why I did that, so that my guys would be active this next turn. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
And now his Airbus is flying, almost flying again, and is not hindered. So he can now move this guy about freely. But if he wants to do any damage with him, he's going to have to come back in here. And I believe the goal for Biblo is to move over, Jetstream something, and then pull this guy back in here.
Well, his Wind Elemental can drag his Mage in there, and he can steal the Resonance off the Storm Elemental.
Yep.
and blast something and then jet stream something.
Yep. He never used resonance on the storm elemental this game, I don't think. I
Hmm.
really think that was a missed opportunity, because if he had the wind elemental drag him in here,
Mm-hmm.
then he could have jet stream plus storm elemental anything in here, and a few rounds of that, and you're golden. Especially if you had a regrowth belt on. I mean, he's got this leather belt on right now, but yep. So I'm going to call Storm Elemental away from his friends and into another shallow sea, so that I can start getting away from this Jetstream wand. There's another bleed. Look at that. Another bleed. Another bleed. Yep, here he comes. He's going to move in. Going to use his amulet to give himself some mana. Going to throw a Jetstream. And I believe he's going to kill this shark. Yep. Doesn't want that 3 dice sticking around. And there it goes.
Uh, he would
Yeah,
have
he
used it
wanted to
before he
heal
left.
before he left. Yeah, which is fine. I don't care.
Right? How many hit points does Stormy have?
13.
13. Okay.
So we're getting there.
Yep.
We're getting there.
This game so far has been demonstrating the power of the shallow sea pretty well.
Yeah, Shallow Sea is ridiculously good.
Moving away, I think, is a mistake there.
Yeah, he's not in any danger right now.
Right.
So I just want to pause real quick and point this out. I quick cast Siren's called this guy, right? Or no, I moved up and Siren's called him, right?
Yep.
And after his action, the Siren's Call comes back to me, and then I use my quick cast to Siren's Call again, because it does not say once per round. And I
Really?
get, yeah,
Whoa, whoa,
it's
whoa,
not
whoa.
is not once per round.
Hmm.
Return the marker at the end of their action phase.
Right.
A friendly creature gains melee +2 when called. So I decided to call the turtle so I can get a couple extra dice on this and try and kill it. And I rolled an amazing roll with no ones. So, that's just how it goes against ethereal or against
Yep.
incorporeal.
Right.
And he's going to transfer 2 damage, so I'm going to have to do 4 more damage this turn and gather all my guys into the corner while he runs away and gears whatever up he wants to gear up. I
I
really
think
feel
he's all
like,
geared up.
yeah, he's pretty much all geared up. I really feel like if he had been able to stay in, he's got a rain cloud now.
What
So
is
flame
that going to do?
-2, acid -2, and
Oh,
can
acid
remove
minus.
corrodes and gets regenerate. So
Okay. He doesn't have any codes on him. Does
no, he
he? He's
doesn't, but I
worried
have a
about your
wand of
acid
acid
ball.
ball. Yeah.
Right.
So he's got acid -2. Actually, he's got no, this is not acid minus. That's good. That would be too powerful. um, but he's got acid -2 and can get rid of the corrode if I get one. So this thing is going to follow him wherever he goes this whole game, pretty much. And I have some fire cards in my book that I'm not going to be able to use anymore because it's got fire -3 now. And these guys are kind of the focal point of the book. And now that they aren't in danger of just getting destroyed by Storm Elemental and Wind Elemental, um, I feel like I can
Yeah,
get
if
them
he'd have
out.
stayed where he was and did a resonance and used his staff of storms, he could have done some damage.
Yeah, I do believe that this healing tree forced him or encouraged him to make not the optimal choices.
Right.
So I'm leaving this zone with everything I can before his turn.
This
so
might
that,
be one of his early games with the Elementalist.
yes, I believe this book is relatively new for him. So he's going to try and destroy that guy. He gets a nice 4 damage on him, and then a wall bash, which is another 3 more damage, which is crazy. So I'm going to come down and dispel his Hawkeye because that cost triple points for him, and I'm tired of him using it on me. And then I'm going to move my.
Here's the problem. I think, given his lack of casting elementals in this now, that the advantage is definitely on the side of the Siren with the shell. The longer this goes,
Yes, now that I've finally gotten rid of almost all of his creatures, I'm ready to do some damage, but I still have to close the distance and not get eviscerated for it.
right?
Um,
If you build it, they will come. I'm sorry, that was go the distance. Got it. Okay. All right. So, you've got such a big advantage here, but the Elementalist does have zone attacks in school. So,
yeah, I got to be careful about zone attacks. He hasn't
mhm,
shown a desire to use them yet. I do also need to not get as many wall bashes as I've been getting. One of the biggest mistakes I've made this game is I've been fighting in this zone where I can just get bashed over and over again.
right,
Um, if I had fought here, I would not have been bashed as much. But the
right,
reason I didn't fight here is because he had a whole bunch of stuff in here, and
right,
this didn't have a shallow sea in it. So
right.
I had two of the 3 zones that he could escape to were shallow sea zones if we fought back here. So that was the choice that I made that may have not been the right one.
Right. LOC is very strong. Almost wondered if it shouldn't be cantrip, you know?
It probably shouldn't be 0 to 2. That's for sure. So I'm going to move my healthy guys in first. And I believe I prepped Madrigal this turn so that I could be where guys needed to heal if necessary. And I'm just going to run
That,
2.
right. Yep.
And he's totally waiting for that Steam Elemental to come in here because he views it as the biggest threat because it has Ethereal, I think. And he Hawkeyes himself again and then throws a spell. And does a whopping 3 damage, which almost kills it and pushes it somewhere. Oh no. Yeah, he only rolled 3 dice for some reason because he didn't give the range +1 from storms. So now he's going to roll 4. Oh, and that's a bad roll. But then he reveals Akiro's favor and rerolls and gets 3 damage again. So, it's all fine. All right. So he pushes me up.
Yep.
And the reason I didn't stop where the Siren was so that I couldn't. Oh, you know what? I couldn't move 2 with that guy. He was hindered because he's not aquatic. He shouldn't have been there. Mistakes were made. And I play Eagle Claw boots so that I can't get yoinked away from my guys. And there's the Madrigal. Get this Zerker back up healthy again. And any incidental jet stream damage that something takes, I can heal away. So my goal is to get down into this corner, or at least to get over here. And then wherever he goes, I can attack him next turn.
Right.
Um,
And is he going to move his little cloud? It cost a mana to move it.
I know. I don't think it does. Oh yeah, it does. It costs 1 mana to remove rain cloud. To move rain cloud. I think he's gonna move it actually, or maybe he's not gonna move it right now because he didn't need to regenerate, and he's gonna go back in there anyway. So he's at full health, 6 armor, and has some toys that can wreck my stuff. So I am not deploying anything right now,
Uh-oh.
which I think I'm actually out of creatures. Yeah, I see the fire shaper ring go down, and I'm like, oh great. But I think he just ran out of things to deploy, honestly. So I move this guy here to bait his elementalist moving because I want him to
Isn't
move and
yeah.
kill this. And
He
as soon
doesn't
as he
take
moves, sorry, go ahead.
he's not going to take the bait.
Not yet. So if I wanted to bait him moving his elementalist so that I could move my siren and get his wind elemental to go the opposite direction. Because I don't want him to pull himself away since it's going to be my action next turn. Now he has to do something. Fibula is doing a really good job of passing here. He doesn't need to do anything, so he's not going to do anything until he has to do something. That is something that anybody who's new at the game, you need to learn how to do because that wins you games.
That's where he was going to go.
Yep. Yep. And he's going to throw it at the Steam Elemental because he hates it. Hates the
Yep.
Precious.
Yes, he does.
And that's well worth it, the kill right there.
Yep.
And then I'm going to run 2 with the Siren and pull Wind Elemental up so that his Elementalist can't be brought out of danger by the Wind Elemental, which is no longer hindered because it flies.
But he only has to move one zone. He can't attack you, but he could move back down and drag you with him.
Yes, he could move back down, but then I can just call him next turn and go in and attack this guy with. So I'm going to move in there and guard. And
The
he's going to
rust.
rust my turtle again.
Yep.
The reason I move in here is so that I can get the healing. And the reason I guard is just in case anything comes in here, I can hit it back. So my goal right now is to get 1 bleed on the Elementalist, just 1. I just want 1. And then I get a bunch of extra dice. So I'm
Now
going to attack with this guy first.
Right, the Berserker is still there, and he's almost back to 0 damage, isn't he? 3.
Yep. Yep. He's healed 4 damage so far, which is very nice for me. This healing magical wasn't as useful as the other one.
Well, he didn't put out as much damage on everything.
So there's the
And
Shallow
there it
Sea,
goes.
and we're going to stab Nason.
And the rain cloud gives all the guys in there regenerate.
Yep.
Including enemy.
Yep. I noticed that, and I thought that this is great because he's going to run away, and
Yep.
I'm gonna kill his healing tree then.
He's got 21 mana.
Yep. Don't know what he's gonna do with it, but a zone attack would have been a great choice.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I have healing magical, but yeah, he's got to run away.
Yep, and fireball.
He does not want to get more stuff. He's going to dissolve my wand, so I can't acid ball him, and then he's going to move his rain cloud.
That doesn't move during upkeep. Interesting.
No, it's after an action, after a friendly action. So now I'm going to get Wind Elemental even farther away from the action.
Right.
And I'm going to move
Meanwhile,
down
you're going to wreck
here.
him with all this stuff. So now he's hindered.
Yep, so that he's hindered, and I'm going to kill his forge if he runs away again. So and the healing tree is gone. And these other guys are going to move to the right, I think.
Yeah. He's got a final quick to blast something. Probably the tide elemental in the zone with him.
Yep, yep, he's definitely going to do that.
Because it does not get the healing from the rain cloud.
Correct, because it is non-living. And if he blasts any of these guys, they're just going to go straight away from him. So he's
right.
This is the best target for sure.
Yep. Unless he wants to do something to the berserker there. Take a pot shot at killing it.
Yeah, I think that when he moved his wind elemental up here, he should have grabbed the berserker and hit it.
Yeah.
And he did not do that.
No. I think maybe he didn't realize that he could still attack something.
He's done it
Not
before.
Yeah. All right. Apparently, it was a really long game.
It was a really long game.
So,
It was a really long game. But I've hit him exactly once so far with the shark, and he managed to get that bleed off of him right away.
because of the rain cloud.
No, the healing tree actually,
Or
but
the healing tree,
he
right?
would have done it with the rain cloud for sure.
Right. He has some damage on him, right?
Yeah, because this shaman got 6 crit damage and a bleed when it attacked.
Wow.
I
That's
know,
crazy.
it's ridiculous. He does have the water glyph too, so I think he's going
Right.
to use that to heal this turn. And I am kind of tired of him bashing my dudes around, so I think my plan this turn is to dissolve that wand.
Right.
I don't
You would
remember
think
what
it
he
would
said.
cost more mana to dissolve things when we got a waterfall cloak and the rain cloud in there. So why should that affect your?
Yeah, and he gets the kill on the tide elemental.
That's really good.
Yeah, which is good for him. So I don't
Yep.
get to kill his forge. And he's going to try and attack this turtle for some reason. I don't know why. But he does get 4 damage in and a push. He going to wall bash. Yep, and he gets 2 more damage in, which is insane. I get 2 damage off, which I feel pretty good about.
And here it comes.
Yep, and I'm going to do this thing where...
And you have to do it. You got to do it with the shaman to get the bleed so that the
Yep.
berserker goes berserk.
Yep, there we go. And I got the bleed, and
All
he's
right.
not going to be
Now
able to
you
get
guys are
rid
going
of
to
it.
go bloodthirsty.
Yep, and now he's going to try and wall bash my turtle, I think. Because he's going to resonance. I think this is the first and only time he uses resonance this game. Yeah, he almost gets the kill on the turtle.
Oh, wow.
And, oh no, he has rust on there, so he does the 1 damage. He gets the 1 damage.
Right.
So there goes my madrigal.
Right.
And he's going to move the rain cloud, of course.
Yep.
I'm going to mage wand.
No. That is savage cheating.
And I'm going to get rid of his elemental mail so he can't transfer damage away from himself. And he gets rid of an armor. And
You
now
get the double strike.
Yep. And the double strike doesn't do any damage that time, but...
Right. That's more dice. Right.
Yep. And I've got 2 bleeds on him now, so he is not able to get rid of all of them. And I get my berserkers, which is nice.
It's the beginning of the end here.
Yep. So that's 10 damage. It's not nothing.
Well, he has a crap ton of armor, so.
Yes, he does have a crap ton of armor. And I'm expecting that he's going to dissolve my Mage Wand in the upkeep or in the quick cast because that's what a sane person would do.
Yep.
First quick cast, and there's the dissolve. Yep.
Yep.
And I believe I'm going to quick cast a dissolve on his wand so he can't jet stream me anymore because now we're
Yeah,
fighting on his side of the map.
Mage Wand is target number 1.
Yeah, Mage Wand is always target number 1. It's true.
Yep.
So I use the Berserker that's in his zone just in case the Wind Elemental takes him out somewhere.
Right.
He's going to move up. And he's going to dissolve my boots so that I can be moved, which seems
Yep.
a little silly to me, but that's okay. 2 more crit damage.
Well, he's based his book on bashing and moving things. So
Yep.
the strength of his book is to do that. So that's why he got rid of your boots.
So now he's going to try and kill this guy again, which has worked before. Doesn't get the push though.
That'll
Right,
get rid of
and
his
now
next
I
elite.
believe I'm gonna move this Berserker up so that he can do damage to the Elementalist. Because that's what I want. And this is a bonkers roll. With 6 damage and a bleed on that roll.
Yep. How many points he got left?
He's got 21 out of 34.
Okay.
But I believe he removes both bleeds with his water glyph now. So
Yep.
that's going to be a problem for me.
And he regenerates 1 as a
Yep.
result.
Yep. But this is why he stayed far away from the sharks as long as possible.
Right.
I'm expecting that this is either a regrowth belt or another mage wand or an elemental one.
Right. That'd be my guess too. I'm gonna guess it's the elemental one.
I think I prepare a force push just to make sure that I keep him in a place where I need him to
Yep.
be.
Another jet stream.
I think he's going big this time,
Yep.
if I remember correctly.
Lightning
Yeah,
bolt.
it's a lightning ring, so he's got something hitting me. I think he's hitting me with it too.
Yep.
Because he realizes he's got to do a lot of damage if he's going to win this game.
And what he hits
Which,
with.
that's not bad. That is not bad at all.
Yep. And probably gets a stun.
Yeah, yep. He hits the stun because of the Staff of Storms.
Yep.
The good news is I didn't prepare any attack spells or full action spells, so it didn't bother me. And I totally forgot what that is that I put on him. Oh, now I know. I remember what it is now. Here's the rest. And the fireball, which does a lot of damage, but I still
What are you
have
at now?
some armor.
You fit 12 out of 34?
I'm at 12 out of 34, yep. Wind Elemental gets the bash.
Nothing. And here we go.
And
More bleeds.
this guy has Vampiric while he's in the zone with the Shaman
Yep.
and the bleed conditions, so he healed all his damage.
He had no
So,
mana to move the rain cloud.
yeah. And then I'm going to bash him against the wall because I didn't like being bashed.
Wow. What a bash.
Yeah, that was ridiculous too. There were some ridiculous rolls that game. Some of them
And
were
the
useful
bleeds.
and some of them weren't.
And the bleeds are about to kill him, aren't they?
Yeah, the bleeds were about to kill him in the upkeep because I had revealed poison blood, so
Ah,
I
right.
decided to force push him anyway, just to see if it would work.
Well played. I think Biblo's lack of familiarity with the nuance of the Elementalist showed here because he's an amazing player. And I think this mage is just new enough to him where he's not kind of like, right on it, like all cylinders. So he made some misplays here and there and didn't realize the trouble he was in until it was too late.
Yeah,
He stayed
I
away too long.
it took quite a long time for that game, and I think early on I should have just gone for it and killed those little elementals and tried to get in there with a magical or something.
Maybe, but in the end, it still worked out for you.
Yeah, I tend to think that I can win the long game with this book, um, but I realized that like I have 9 mana on this shelf because I ran out of creatures to cast.
Well,
So I
the
need
other
to
thing is
rejigger
that
that.
he didn't get enough dice on things. And when he did, the life tree was a stellar play because it gave all you guys just an edge to not die.
Yeah, so it took him twice as long to kill things,
Right.
which
And he didn't have enough actions to make that happen. So initially, he was spreading his damage around too much. Then he started focus firing and had a lot more success, but then it was really too late.
yeah, I was focused. I was trying to make it so that he had to shoot different things also. So it was a little bit of both. Um, that's what the guarding in here makes the
Sure.
magical even better because they have
But
to
he
hit
was
something
trying
that
to
isn't
stay
damaged.
more, he was trying to stay too far from you. But by moving closer to you to do the things he was trying to do, would have put him at risk for that storm to come at him. He was trying to
Yeah,
piecemeal pick things off. And I think in the end, that just extended the game long enough to where you had the advantage.
yeah. It was it was hard. It was a lot of rolling dice against those stinking
Right?
ethereal or incorporeal elementals.
True.
And
And but you were playing against an incredibly strong player too. So
yeah, I think the reason I didn't run up at him is because he had 30 mana at one point. I'm just like, what is he gonna do if I get that close with
right,
stuff? Like,
because you never know, he could have bust out a tsunami on you.
that's
So
true. He could have busted out a tsunami on me. Uh, Elementalist, full of surprises.
you just don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it was a tough matchup for this book too because I'm trying to bleed things to death and get bloodthirsty and draw things in with Siren's Call, and I could do none of that um, in the
Yep,
first 7 rounds of the game.
at least
So yeah, so
interesting. Well, a really good game, showing the um, perseverance of the long game, showing the um, form in general. Um, I don't think he had good answers for form. Trying to pick off a few creatures here or there, nice, but we're able to generate enough of them.
Yeah, I'm not
His
sure.
elementals weren't as effective as I think he wanted them to be.
Yeah, the rock elementals, I can see why a lot of people don't like them. Um, I'm not sure what I think about them yet. They have 3 armor, 4 health. They can die to a 2 dice creature. It's not that likely, but they can. But they can
Yeah,
also
but
stave
he
off.
was getting them. Think of it this way. Okay, they cost 4 mana, right? With the positioning that he had on the Pandemonium, it cost him 1 mana, and he gains a glyph. So essentially, they're -1 mana, but they do cost an action. So he's essentially gaining a mana by casting those for delaying the game and able to do other things. So he's essentially getting actions out there. Yeah, they're not strong, but they're also not costing him anything other than actions.
Hmm.
And so he's getting them out there for cheap and allowing his Battleforge to produce some things. He's stacking up mana to bring out the elementals. Boom, boom, boom. Right? So he's not losing time by casting them. He's extending his ability to gain mana on his side, cast those big ones without resorting to mana flowers, without resorting to rituals and things like that.
Hmm.
So he's taking his time, throwing out these little crappy dudes, and buying time to get something on the board. He could use those effectively if he can coordinate them on some things. 2 dice for 3 creatures is 6 dice on something. Whether they're about there to go kill a conjuration in the background or whatever, right? So if he would have let the battle come to him a little bit more, he might have been able to do some resonancing and kill some of your stuff. But he would have needed some regeneration effects earlier.
Hmm. Yeah, I think one of the main uh, challenges with learning to play the Elementalist is when and how often to use Resonance.
Because it
Um,
is expensive on cost for damage.
hmm. Hmm.
But it's an interesting resource. You're using life or damage on your mage for that activity.
Yeah, and if you can buff it with this Lightning Ring or a Fire Shaper Ring or something, or Staff of Storms even, um, then you can get a lot of bang for your buck with that. Like, as soon as he cast Storm Elemental, I thought, oh, that's what Staff of Storms is for.
Right,
Throwing 8 dice Storm Elemental resonances at me.
right.
And I was expecting that that was just going to start wrecking my dudes. But that's not what happened. And I think that if he had done that, it would have been better. If he had just
Well,
guarded
yeah,
himself with all of his golems
right.
and
And then
started
he could have
shooting
been
me.
targeting your mage with that stuff, right?
Yep. Yep. He could have.
Because you had no way to block that other than not be in the line of fire.
Yep.
So then he's
I,
forcing you to move where you don't want to go, maybe.
yep.
But that's not what happened.
It is
I
not
think
what
he was
happened.
relying solely on his Jetstream wand, and that wasn't.
I mean, the Jetstream one did a lot of work. It
It
wasn't a
did.
bad choice,
No,
but
but he can't rely on that as his only way of making things happen because I just he's normally better at these sorts of things. So I just talking it up to an experience with the way all of these things kind of interact together because it's a complex mage.
it's really fun,
So
huh?
believe me, he will wrap his head around it, and at some point he'll be a terror out there with it.
Yes. Well, I was playing very defensively this game. I decided
Yes.
that I had to play a book that I was A, familiar with, and B, could last a long game and could be played defensively.
Mhm.
Because yeah, Biblo is not to be trifled with.
No, he's not. And I bet when you saw Elementalist on his side, your heart sank. It's like, oh,
Well,
this I'm
I
so screwed.
actually have seen Siren do really well against Elementalists before, just because most of the time you see one or two really big guys, and they are not psychic immune. So you can control one of them, especially if you have the swarm to do the rest of the work for you. Um, so I wasn't too worried about that until I saw him pumping out a bunch of psychic immunes, and I was like, oh man, none of this stuff bleeds. None of this stuff
Right,
can get drawn in here.
right.
I can't get bloodthirsty against anything. So, yep. it worked out in the end. I,
Yep.
I
Well,
like these.
congratulations.
I think people should give berserkers and sharks a try. They're actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah. And you
They're
had a
fun.
nice mix of various things. Sharky would be proud.
Yep, much shark. I call this one Shark Book. Ooh ha ha. So you know.
Yep. That's funny.
All right. Well, that's a league game, and there'll be more coming, I'm sure. Thanks for joining me for this one, Zot.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. And
And
Biblo, I'm glad you're back, and all the Mage Warriors. Keep an eye out for both Puddin and Biblo's games because you're going to be able to learn things from them.
that's the whole point of this channel, really, is to help everyone get better at Mage Wars, including us.
Absolutely. And have fun.
So, yep. Goodbye.